Kyle Steinbach of the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. My name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield. What is the name of the female prosecutor from your office that stands at a podium in Penfield Town Court before 70-year-old John P. Lomenzo Jr. and doesn't talk? How is it possible, Kyle Steinbach, to be delivered to Monroe County Jail as an innocent man when the prosecutor doesn't talk in Penfield Town Court? How does this happen in the United States of America, Kyle Steinbach? What country do you live in, Kyle Steinbach? I have never committed a crime. I know if you watch this video, everything I'm about to say to you is irrelevant. You don't care. Because you don't have any sense of justice or decency at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. I emailed you. I asked you, what's the name of the female prosecutor? My case had been adjudicated. My rights at Bridge have been home. It's a simple question. And you emailed me back and said, we don't discuss pending or open cases. And then I emailed you back and I said, my case is finished. I'm home. What's her name? And you refused to tell me her name. You're still refusing to tell me her name. This is a public proceeding. Kyle Steinbach, what is the name of your colleague that stands in Penfield Town Court and doesn't talk? Does a prosecutor talk in court, Kyle Steinbach? Yes or no? What country do you live in, Kyle Steinbach? Where's the United States of America on a map, Kyle Steinbach? It should never happen to an innocent American when I'm holding in my hand. I'm 54 years old. I have always known the difference between right and wrong. I have always been able to distinguish between moral and immoral. I have always accepted the difference between truth and lies. These parasites, Layla Kumar and Neeraj Shah, that live right over here while I'm looking out the window through this parking lot that I'm about to show you, do not know they live in the United States of America. You, Kyle, do not know you live in the United States of America. The parking lot next to my house. These trees here, my residence is over here, you can't see it. See that land? Nobody owns that land. I moved here in 2012 with my then girlfriend, Laura. I lived in Webster. We moved to Penfield because she worked at the Penfield Public Library. What's that have to do with anything? Because she's hired at the Penfield Public Library. When I would go see her, I'd walk in the front. I do not know at the end of that long hallway is Penfield Town Court. I do not know Penfield Town Court is in there because I've never been in a courtroom as a defendant. And I've been in a courtroom one time because of my behavior when I received a speeding ticket in 1997, driving down Washington Avenue on my way to work at the New York State Capitol, and I was going about 5 miles over. So I had to go to court in Albany City Hall. And a friend of mine set me up with an attorney, and he went and talked to the judge in this crowded courtroom, and he was dismissed. So that's it. In the more than 30 years since I was only discharged as a 22-year-old Sergeant E5 from 2nd Squadron, 17th Cavalry, 101st Airborne Engineer, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, I've never been a defendant in a courtroom because I've never committed a crime. And I've been in a courtroom one time because of a speeding ticket that was dismissed. So, when I moved here, there's no grass cutting. It's a new way to cut grass today, Kyle. All you have to do is drive down Penfield Road in summertime and you'll see these guys up on their tractor. It's not done with a little push mower or electronic mower that was done like my grandfather cut the grass in Queens and my father did on Long Island. And this thing that comes here on this land that has no ownership, Kyle, sounds like an airplane landing. and they're here at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sundays. How would you like it? I don't know if you're married, but if you are married and you live here at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday and you're sleeping with your wife and here they come. What would you think about that, Kyle? 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday and here they are. And my neighbors can verify this too. My neighbor who lives right next to me, he's also my friend, will say, what are they doing here? The reason why I know, he'll say, what are they doing here? Because he said that to me, because that's what I'm thinking. What are they doing here at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday? So, Todd Baxter and his degenerates are going to set me up. I'm walking through this parking lot one day, and Elliot Roth, who works at this business Consumer Insights at 2025 Penfield Road, says to me, you're going to be arrested. I don't even know what he's talking about. So Todd Baxter's fanatics and degenerates and extremists are telling a private citizen, as Elliot Roth, that I'm going to be arrested. That's why Roth says to me, I have no idea what this guy is talking about. I think he lives in a delusional fantasy land. For what? How am I possibly going to be arrested? I have never been arrested because I know the difference between right and wrong, truth and lies, moral and immoral. How is it a crime to walk through this parking lot? Kyle, and you, Kyle, can walk through this parking lot. If you left your offices at 47 South Fitzhugh, went to Wegmans on Penfield Road, and decided to go for a walk and walk through this parking lot, you won't be arrested. Neither will anybody else at that Wegmans. If there are 300 people at that Wegmans, they can all walk through here. None of them be arrested. If I walk through this parking lot, which I've walked through 4,000 times, and this psychopath, Nayraj Shah, sees me, Todd Baxter's fanatics and degenerates and extremists will descend on me and arrest me. So, Kyle, here comes this toothless loser on his tractor one morning. You should not be on land you don't own and can't prove you own. Isn't that right, Kyle? And don't you agree, Kyle, that land ownership is proven with these certified issued documents of a government, a local government, state government? This is what they sent me. Fantasy land, labeled Kumar and Nayraj Shah. This proves nothing, including the land behind my house where I used to walk by with my dog. So Todd Baxter's going to concoct the crime for me. Here he comes. They're hoping I come out of my house. The guy in his tractor hopes I come out of my house. There's a guy walking alongside him. He's got his phone in his hand. He wants me to come out of my house. So, and Todd Baxter's fanatics and degenerates and extremists want me to come out of my house. I see him coming here. Should not be on land you don't own and can't prove you own. Should not be on land you don't own and can't prove you own. Especially at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday or whatever the hell you want, 9 o'clock on a Friday night in the summer. Yeah, you heard that right. It's dark out in here. I come outside. I stand right here. See right there? 30 seconds I'm outside. And I'm on a video. Todd Baxter put a camera on this building right here. I'm standing here and I'm pointing. 30 seconds. I say, they don't own that land. And Steve Desmond, a private citizen, is walking alongside the man. So Todd Baxter is empowering this grass-cutting loser, Steve Desmond, to call 6 of his fanatics, degenerates, and extremists to my house. And the guy with the ZZ top beard, is about 70 years old, gets off his tractor and walks away because his job is to get me to come out of the house. Yeah, you heard that right. His job is to get me to come out of the house. And I'm going to show you, Kyle, what I'm on. It's right here. That's the camera. Todd Baxter bought that camera. Can you say it, Todd, the fascist stooge? That's a surveillance device. Todd Baxter bought that right there. It's in that photograph. And Kyle, I call it a surveillance device. And you know what Michael Rabbit, Kathleen Miller, WTO, and S.O. Bernie did? One of those 4 did. They're calling Lindsey Barron from the Office of Mental Health to come to my house. I accurately describe it as a surveillance device that they bought and installed that I was on. And they're calling this Lindsey Barron from the Monroe County Office of Mental Health to come to my house. I'm surprised she's not here with a guitar singing Kumbaya on my front lawn. So, Kyle, I have never committed a crime. Criminal contempt second. Kyle, I don't know where you got your JD. I don't know how that paper chase went. You know, if John Houseman was there in your law school class with a big stick, you know, telling you all about the law. But Kyle, harness all that power of the JD and all your experience there in your palatial offices of the district attorney's office, which looks like a Motel 6, by the way. So, Kyle, how is it a crime to walk outside my house, stand here for 30 seconds, say they don't own land, and walk back in my house? How's that a crime, Kyle? You know who knows that's not a crime? Your assistant district attorney that stood in Penfield Town Court and didn't talk. How is it that I'm delivered to Monroe County Jail as an innocent man when your colleague, and I'm still demanding her name, and you're not telling me. How many times do I have to demand her name? What's her name, Kyle? Click reply if you view this and tell me her name. It's a public proceeding, baby. Doesn't a prosecutor talk in court? Do you go to court, Kyle? Or are you just a desk jockey there? I mean, do you appear in court? Because the prosecutor talks in court. How's that a crime, Kyle? And Todd Baxter was using a civilian to get to my residence. Now, I'm going to talk about harassment second when there's no victim. Yeah, you heard that right, Kyle. How's it possible to be charged with harassment second when there's no victim? How's that happen in the United States of America, Kyle? Where's the United States of America on a map, Kyle Steinbach? Jessica Wagner. Does that name sound familiar? Jessica Wagner. So I'm going to tell you about Jessica Wagner, James Mully, and Jermaine Benman. So, Todd Baxter, 6 fanatics, descend on me, put the handcuffs on me in my front lawn. That's how I'm charged with criminal contempt. My neighbor Adams outside watches this. My neighbor across the street watching it. They both say to me, all you did is go outside. I'm on that video. Todd Baxter bought a camera and put it on that building in 2025 Penn Road because his employee showed me the video. Showed me the video, and he has a smile on his face in the concoction of a crime for me. An arrest is forever. You always have to explain why you're arrested. And as far as people walking through the parking lot, the accusatory instrument says I was walking through the parking lot. There's my neighbors right there. They walk through that parking lot every day. I know that because I asked them. 200 people walked through that parking lot the day of the fireworks at Harris Whalen Park, after the fireworks, pardon me. And before the fireworks, Penfield High School band students would walk through the parking lot. Did you name Roger and Layla Kumar run off to Sheriff Baxter and demand that a Penfield High School band student be arrested for walking through the Holy Roman Todd Gage Baxter parking lot? Why not? Where's my 14th Amendment right? Kyle, baby, where is it? Where is it in the United States of America? What country do you live in, Kyle Steinbach? Do you go to the gym, Kyle? You work out? Because I do. I run, I bike. Millions of people do. I've been going to the gym for 20 years. And there's a new way to be at the gym. If you've been to the gym, it's changed. You have to wipe everything down. If you go to the gym, you know what I mean. You have people telling you, did you wipe that down? Did you wipe it down? Wipe that machine down? Wipe it down. I mean, there's germaphobes all over the gym. The gym attracts a person who cannot function as a normal human being. Especially these people telling you to wipe down every single machine in place, even though they don't own the equipment. They're telling you how to behave in a place where they don't own the equipment. That's just one example of the 500 that you see at the gym. So, when I'm at the gym, Kyle, baby, I know where the gym psychopath is. I know where the gym germaphobe is. And I avoid these people. I don't want to be bothered with the gym. I'm not using the gym as some pickup joint. I'm not looking at any women in there in their little nice outfits, even though I do notice it because I do not notice it. But I'm not trying to hook up at the gym, get a date, socialize, make a Facebook friend. I'm not doing any of that, Kyle, baby. All right? I'm there to work out and leave. And I know where the gym psychopath is. And the gym psychopath is going to find me on this day. PW Fitness was across from Weber's Food Markets on Penfield Road. I would go there. It's now defunct because I can walk over there. This day, I'm on the bench press. I'm at the back. I do 3 sets of 10. Doing 3 sets of 10 takes approximately 2 minutes. And if somebody's doing 3 sets of 10 on that machine or another machine, I wait because I don't have instant gratification at the gym or anywhere else in my life. I wait to use the apparatus. I wait to use the machine. I'm not ordering people off machines and telling people what to do at the gym. I finished the second set of 10, and I'm about to begin the third set. Up walks to me Jermaine Benman. And Jermaine Benman is the bald-headed gym psychopath. And Jermaine Benman screams at the gym. Jermaine Benman uses profanity at the gym. Jermaine Benman behaves like an animal at the gym. And Jermaine Benman is going to summon the animals from Sheriff Todd Baxter's Monroe County Sheriff's Office in the person of Andrew Reale to that gym I'm in. I finish the second set of 10. I lean back. Benman goes like this, doesn't talk. I say, I'll be 30 seconds. I lean back. I'm on the machine. Benman stands over me. His left leg, his right leg. I'm wondering, why is this guy standing over me? I just told him I'll be 30 seconds. He can't wait. I'm leaning up like this, and Benman violently punches down like this, and my head snaps back. He begins to walk away. I had to shake my head like this. I'm looking at Benman walk away. I'm looking at his back, and I'm thinking, begin to walk toward him, jump on top of him from behind, grab him by the neck, wrestle him to the ground, stomp on his bald head, start the most vicious fight possible with Jermaine Benman because he just attacked you. I decided not to. There's a fine line between acceptable and unacceptable violence, because there are times when violence is acceptable. But I don't believe in violence, and I never have. And that day, I should have embraced violence by attacking Jermaine Benman because I would have been in defense of myself. Perhaps not at that moment when I was walking toward him, but after what the guy just did to me, I certainly have the moral right to respond and do the same thing to him that he did to me. So, Angel reality arrives after a man who watches called the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. You know that name if you work with Andrew Reale? You have to deal with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Or is this someone you don't know? Well, I'm going to tell you about Andrew Reale. Andrew Reale's been to my house. This is his parking lot. He's been here. And when he sees me at this now defunct PW Fitness, he decides, this corrupt hack, that he's going to concoct a crime for me. He doesn't simply have me and Jermaine Benman alongside, tell me what happened. And then I would say what I just said here. And then I would look at Benman, his ignoramus, and wait for him to respond. Because what's he going to say? We go outside. Reale tells me to wait in the back seat of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Oh, I do. And Reale's talking to Jermaine Benman in front of me because Andrew Reale of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is instructing this violent thug, Jermaine Benman, exactly what to say to me. And he marches Jermaine Benman over to the side of the vehicle. I look to my left like this. And Jermaine Benman says to me, I want to press charges against you. And that is how Andrew Reale concocts harassment second for me. Who am I harassing, Kyle? If I'm guilty, hypothetically, of harassment second, there is a person I'm harassing. There is a victim. This is a disgusting word, harassment. I have never harassed anyone in my life. Every single person I served with the military, every single person that encountered me at State University of New York at Stony Brook as an undergraduate, State University of New York at Albany, as a graduate student, when I worked for the majority, when I worked for the governor, when I worked as U.S. Senate staffer, when I worked as U.S. House of Representatives staffer, every girlfriend, every friend will say that I've never harassed anyone. And his ticket with the handwriting of Andrew Reale, who's not been fired. I see him frequently because he's in Penfield at Wegmans Food Markets because that's where Sheriff Baxter has his vehicles all the time. Every person who's ever met me will confirm I've never harassed anyone. So this, Kyle, is a descent on my life and character. What would you think if this happened to you, Kyle? What would you think if Sheriff Baxter's fanatics and degenerates concocted criminal contempt? What would you think if Sheriff Baxter's fanatics and degenerates concocted harassment second? This is Deputy Meyer. I don't know her first name. I speak to her for an hour on the phone. I don't know that she's writing a warrant for my arrest. Warrant advised. Shaw signed the information stating that he wants A. Chichester arrested for being on his property again today. Warrant advised. Shaw stated. Civilian Shaw stated he wants Chichester arrested. This is the property. This parking lot is the property. This is the bankruptcy, the incoherence in 1984 of Todd Baxter's office. Are you Todd Baxter and Deputy Meyer and your fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths? You have the same warrant advice for my neighbors walking through this parking lot every day? 200 people walking through the park after the fireworks at Harris Whalen? Excuse me, walking through the parking lot after the fireworks at Harris Whalen Park? The Penfield High School band students? People walk through that parking lot all day today, just like every day. Warrant advice. Where's my 14th Amendment right? The equal protection of the laws. I used to walk my little guy on this land. Sean don't own. They don't own this land. They don't own this land. This is what they sent me. This is nothing. This is fiction. I've been back there every day. Adopted my dog from Lollipop Farm Humane Society in 2012. My then girlfriend Laura. It's a process. You have to be interviewed. They talk about your work history, your service, your charitable acts, and we were approved. And I adopted my guy. He's been with me 7 years. I'm walking him on this land. The back window flies open from the Shot Law Firm. This woman is losing her mind, screaming at me. An hour later, I have 2 Monroe County Sheriff Office vehicles in front of my residence with the animal control guy to seize my little guy. Do you have a dog, Kyle? If you have a dog, Kyle, and you're just going about your normal day and walking your dog like you always do, what would you think if the Monroe County Sheriff's Office showed up at animal control and demanded your dog? What would you think about that, Kyle? What would you think about such confrontation? Because the confrontation I had at my front door created by these parasites, Layla Kumar and Neeraj Shah, was sickening. I said, you'll have to kill me to take my little guy from me. Todd Baxter is so detached and alienated from America that he doesn't know. People love their dogs because that's the way it's supposed to be in his life. You're supposed to love your dog. So, they sent me this piece of paper. I called Monroe County Office of Real Properties. No record of land ownership by Layla Kumar and Neeraj Shah behind my house where I walk my dog. And that means they don't own this land alongside my house. So I mailed them. Prove you own that land. Prove you own that land. Prove you own that land, Layla Kumar. Oh, what's that say? Prove you own that land, you refused. Prove you own that land, Layla Kumar. What's that say? I'd return to sender. Prove you own that land, refused. Prove you own that land, Neeraj, refused. Prove you own that land, Neeraj, refused. And since they would send it back to me in regular mail, certified mail, Neeraj Shah, prove you own that land, refused. Prove you own that land that your tractor riding dunce and toothless loser was on when I was standing right here, refused. So cop, they don't own this land. Because Todd Baxter's fanatics, degenerates, and extremists told this man to get on his track and go by my house. And that's why his 6 fanatics, degenerates, and extremists were here after Steve Desmond took out his phone and called me. Todd Baxter's empowering a private citizen to deliver his fanatics, degenerates, and extremists to my house. What do you think about that, Kyle? What do you think about Todd Baxter's office at Panorama Trail telling a civilian, call us when this Chris Chichester comes out of us, and we'll be there immediately. And they were. 6 of them. What do you think about that, Kyle? The use of a civilian in the concoction of a crime for an innocent American. So, there's Neeraj Shah refused. He's not the only one that's refusing. An arrest is forever, isn't it, Kyle? Doesn't matter how you explain it. I had to explain this to my 78-year-old mother and 84-year-old father, and my mother cried. I'm walking through the parking lot one day. Isn't that right, Ellie Roth? Consumer Insights. You work right here. I'm walking through the parking lot. Ellie Roth, Consumer Insights. That's the name of the business. You're going to be arrested, he says to me. So, Elliot, who told you I was going to be arrested? You're afraid to open your mail, too. Elliot, click reply to sender. Who told you I was going to be arrested? Is that Sergeant at Panorama Trail? What's his name? So, Kyle, do I have the right to know the first name, the last name, the salary of a sergeant at Panorama Trail, a Monroe County Sheriff Office employee who has me in handcuffs on my front lawn for being outside for 30 seconds? Do I have that right, Kyle? Do I have the right to know the name of that individual? Do I, Kyle, in the United States of America, the country you live in, have the right to know your salary, Kyle Steinbach? What do you make? What do you pay? Click reply, send your tell me. You go to your bank, Kyle. Do you think that's monopoly money that's in your bank? Do you think you got a hotel on Boardwalk? And that's how you get money? That's real money, baby. What do you pay? Do you exist in 6 figures at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office? What would the people of Monroe County think if you're making six figures. Because guess what, Kyle? The average median mean salary in Monroe County is not six figures. I'm demanding to know what you're paid. And it's in the attached document here, the PDF. Click on it, comply with it, send me a list of salaries at your Monroe County District Attorney's office. It's very simple to do. You got a personnel person. Your office is as big as a Dairy Queen. Got the Pentagon, as I've said before. So, it's Elliot Roth. Elliot, who told me I was going to be arrested? He refused to tell me. But if the roles were reversed and he asked me, I would tell him. Elliot, if the roles were reversed and I was standing in a parking lot and I said to you, you're going to be arrested, and then you demanded from me the name of that person, I would tell you. You know why, Elliot? Because that's called decency. You don't have decency. And neither do Nancy Dooley or Rebecca Kerlach. Do you have one paycheck at the district attorney's office, Kyle? You have one paycheck. This is Michael Rather. Michael Rather is not an average employee of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office because he handles the media, because I've seen his picture in a public forum, in all likelihood dealing with the media. I've seen his picture of him talking to individuals that are the media. Or if they're not the media, he is the representative of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and he speaks on behalf of Todd Baxter. So I'm demanding to know his salary because he's an employee. That's RTS. Michael Rather, RTS. Michael Rather was a Monroe County Sheriff employed for 20 years and retired. Kyle, when you retire if you retire from the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, you will collect your retirement paycheck. You have one paycheck. That's your retirement paycheck. Will you, Kyle, after you retire, go to District Attorney Sandra Doorley and ask to be rehired and collect a second paycheck? Would you do that, Kyle? So you could collect two paychecks and be two paychecks, Kyle? Because that's what Michael Rather did. Michael Rather of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is a double dipper because Michael Rather has a paycheck from his 20 plus years in the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. He retired, and then he was rehired as an assistant or a special assistant to Sheriff Todd Baxter because Todd Baxter's paying Michael Rather off. Michael Rather, what do you do at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office? When was the last time you, Michael Rather, were out on the roads? When was the last time you, Michael Rather, investigated a case? When was the last time you, Michael Rather, participated in anything that constitutes police work? When have you ever done that? Since you were rehired. It's just a pathetic bureaucrat. Neeraj Alanda Kumar Shah Law Firm. They represent each other. Dear Mr. Chichester, I represent Layla Shah. Regards, Neeraj Shah. Neeraj Shah represents Layla Shah. This is the incestuous pair that Todd Baxter is empowered to descend on my life, character, integrity. They represent each other. Now, Kyle, if you are in a legal situation or dispute, are you going to hire one of your family members to represent you? How do you think that'll go over? I represent Layla Shah. So, Kyle, since Sheriff Todd Baxter's fanatics and degenerates have been here 50 times, it's very easy for them to arrive here. Because they're always at the Wegmans Food Market's headquarters. Here's one of his whack jobs right here driving by. I walk by that Wegmans Food Market, so I'm expecting them to be alongside of their vehicle. And here's the Pulitzer Prize-winning money shot, baby. She is in her car driving right by me. There's Wegmans there at the vehicle. This is not a Photoshop. I leave the sidewalk, Penfield Road. I'm looking at Wegmans. Here she comes coming at me. I take out my phone, click. This is the greatest photograph I've ever taken. They're always there. How is it that people sworn officer of the law, responsible for policing roads alongside a private business owned by Danny and Colleen Wegner. How is that? How is that in Monroe County? So, Kyle, Jermaine Bannon, I appear before John Lomenzo, charged with harassment second. I've never harassed anybody. I go to Monroe County Jail. So I get a subpoena. That's it right there. So then Jessica Wagner sound familiar, Kyle? Jessica Wagner. I'm going to tell you about the corruption of your office. And it's unrelenting, the corruption of your office. I'm going to tell you about it while I hold this subpoena out of my hand. I get the subpoena. Jermaine Benman has to appear in front of James Mully in Penfield Town Court. I get the subpoena, I arrive. I sit down in the same star chamber where your colleague, who I'm demanding her name, you're refusing to tell me, didn't talk. I'm waiting for her. When I was at that podium before John P. Lomenzo Jr., the 70-year-old pedophile protection racket for Daniel Delouse III, because he knows Daniel Delouse II, I look over. Go ahead, make an argument. I'm waiting. I'm at that podium looking at Lomenzo. I look at your colleague. I'm waiting for her to talk. Go ahead, make an argument. That's what I'm thinking. Make an argument. I'm looking at her. I'm thinking, make an argument. Go ahead, talk. Go ahead. I want to hear this. Talk. Make an argument against me as an innocent man. She says not one word. And when this Star Chamber proceeding finished, there's Andrew Reale waiting for me because Andrew Reale talked to John Lomenzo and they decided to arrest me before I got there. And because the reason why I know that is Andrew Reale said to me, we decided to arrest you before you got there. So anyway, I'm attacked by this violent thug, Jermaine Benman. I go to Monroe County Jail. Jermaine Benman has to appear before James Mully. I get the subpoena. You and each of you are hereby commanded to appear before the Penfield Town Court, Bad Road. Please bring the subpoena and requested books, records, or other evidence with you to Penfield Town Court, 1985 Bad Road, New York, and ask to see Assistant District Attorney Jessica Wagner. Jessica Wagner is the one that negotiated the sleazy deal for this violent thug, Jermaine Benman. And what is Jessica Wagner paid? Because when I get there, I had the subpoena, and a court employee, the clerk, came up to me. They know who I am. I'm sitting there. Are you Chris Chichester? I said yes. They told me to leave the courtroom. I'm standing in that hallway. What's going on? I'm waiting. So I wait about 10 minutes. And then the same person said, you could leave. And I don't. I go to the window. I say, what happened with the Jermaine Benman case? She says to me, adjournment of dismissal. I don't know what that is. I don't even know if that's a legally accurate term. I said, what does that mean? And she says, if he stays out of trouble, all the charges are dismissed. So your colleague, Jessica Wagner, negotiated this disgusting, vile, sleazy deal for this violent thug, Jermaine Benman. And what is Jessica Wagner paid? You know what the answer from you, Kyle, is? None of your business. What do you think about that, Kyle? What would you think if this was a family member or a friend, and your family member or friend is attacked by Jermaine Benman, and that family member or friend appears in front of John Lomenzo and goes to jail? And then Jermaine Benman, because of your colleague, Jessica Wagner, appears before James Mullen and walks right out the door. Jessica Wagner negotiated this deal for this violent thug, degenerate Jermaine Benman. Where's the United States of America on a map, Kyle? Where do you live, Kyle? Depraved. Definition by Merriam-Webster. Marked by corruption or evil. You are the former, and the latter is a good case. You are the former, and the latter is a good case. You're depraved at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. Where's the public employee payroll? My Maestro Donato. D. Harrington. What's D's first name? I don't know because I don't have the payroll. D. Harrington. You know D. Harrington, right? You know D. Harrington, you little Dairy Queen. You should work with him. Kyle, I'm going to read you this foil. Print out the names, the salaries, and send it to me. The names and salaries of every public employee at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. Go to the appropriate person, the name, salary, and send it to me. What do you not understand about it? What do I have to do? Instead of sending this foil, for you to send me a list of salaries of every person at the District Attorney's Office. If it's not the Freedom of Information Law, Kyle Steinbach, Michael Radler, Kathleen Miller, W. Tail, S.L. Brody, what's the document? What's the instrument I should use? What is it? Tell me. It is astounding that the entire existence of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County District Attorney's Office is taxpayer dollars, and Todd Baxter and Sandra Doorley refuse to disclose the salaries. I mean, that is astounding. The names and salaries of every public employee at the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. The names and salaries of every public employee at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. What's not to understand? This is it. If this is not the instrument, if this is not the document that compels you at the Sheriff's Office and District Attorney's Office to send me a list of salaries, then what's the document? Foil. To cost the taxpayers of Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Doorley's expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits fair to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Has your boss, Sandra Doorley, settled sexual harassment lawsuits with taxpayer dollars? What's the answer? What's the environment at the District Attorney's Office? Total cost of overtime, time and a half, or hour pays beyond the base salaries calculated to Monroe County District Attorney's Office. Kyle, you know when you work 40 hours, right? Of course you know. How are you paid when you work a 41st hour, Kyle? How are you, Kyle, paid when you work a 50th hour? How are you, Kyle, paid when you work a 60th hour? You didn't just graduate from law school and become a junior assistant district attorney, new employee. You have seniority. So you know the answer to that question when you work beyond 4 days. How's that done at the district attorney's office? How are you paid? The answer from you, Kyle, is none of your business. I refuse to comply. I will not answer. Sandra Doorley will not answer. Your boss, district attorney, Sandra Doorley, is responsible for enforcing, defending, and upholding the law, and she has total contempt for the law. Cost of taxpayers of Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter expended taxpayer dollars to settle employment-related discrimination lawsuits fair to comply with Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The employees of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office behave like animals. The employees of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office behave like animals because they are animals. So, has Todd Baxter expended taxpayer dollars to settle sexual harassment-related lawsuits because his employees act like animals? What's the answer, Kathleen Miller? What's your interaction with the male employees at the sheriff's office? Is it professional or they're acting like animals? Are they behaving like degenerates? What's the answer? You know the answer. Either from direct experience or from what you hear from other female employees. Total cost of overtime, time and a half, or hour pay beyond a base salary is calculated at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. I've seen lists of state workers when I worked in Albany abusing overtime. Some bureaucrat at the Department of Transportation makes $50,000. Then with overtime, he's making $100,000 or time and a half, or however it's done. However it's done. How's it done at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, Todd Baxter? How do you, Todd Baxter, pay your public employees with tax dollars when they work that 41st hour? Is it the same salary or rate? Or is it different? meaning every hour worked beyond the 40th hour is more money per hour than the first 40 hours. See, answer, Todd Baxter. Cost of surveillance device purchased with taxpayer dollars by Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter fixed to a building at 2025 Penfield Road to monitor Christopher Child, 26 Sanders Farm Drive. Walks through the parking lot next to the building. I'm walking through the parking lot for the 4,000th time. Nayrod shot a psychopath. You see her screaming at me, losing his mind. He goes to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office with accusatory instrument about me walking through the parking lot. He's in the same building as my dentist, Dr. Gloria Nichols. Dr. Gloria Nichols is a wonderful, beautiful, kind-hearted human being that anyone should know in this life. And Nayraj and Layla Kumar Shah consumed by hatred. And that hatred is descended upon me because of this parking lot. He goes to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. And what they do is they put this camera on this building, and that's it, right there. That's the camera, that's it. I was on it for being outside. And Elliot Ross says to me, you're going to be arrested because he knows that camera's on the building. He knows that way. Isn't that right, Elliot? Why did you say to me you're going to be arrested, Elliot? Answer. You know it's right there. 1984. Cost to taxpayers, photography session approved by Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter to photograph 10 public employees underwater in a pool. Speaking of 1984, and I am speaking of 1984. These are Monroe County Sheriff Office employees with the American flag in the background. This is a disgrace. Here they are right here. It's on their Facebook page. Michael Radman, Captain Miller, Deputy O.S. Alberti. Did your boss, Todd Baxter, expend taxpayer dollars to take this photograph? Or is this a private event? What's the answer? What are you doing? Either on the job or off the job. Because this is a joke. What is the purpose of this? Answer. These are your employees. It was on your Facebook page. What are you doing down here? Is this a family photo? Is this a staff photo? What is this? I'm asking rhetorically because I don't know what the hell this is. Does Todd Baxter know what his 170 employees are doing on a daily basis? Does Todd Baxter know that these are his employees underwater in a pool? If Todd Baxter does know that this is what his employees are doing, then he's a buffoon and incompetent. If Todd Baxter doesn't know what his employees are doing underwater, then he's a buffoon and an incompetent. Cost for a hotel and plane ticket for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ryan Fisher to attend the Super Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia, February 3rd, 2019 with his canine dog Lola. It's Ryan Fisher in Atlanta, Georgia. Did you see this photograph of your colleague, Michael Radner, Captain Miller, Deputy O.S. Alberti? Do you know Ryan Fisher, Michael Radner? Either as a colleague you'll see or as a friend. What's he doing in Atlanta, Georgia, Michael Radner? Answer. What is the purpose of him being in Atlanta, Georgia? What did he do in Atlanta, Georgia? How much was the plane fare? How much was the hotel? How much was the care and feeding of his dog, Lola? This is called a junket. A junket enrages taxpayers because taxpayers understand public employees must be where they work. How much was the plane ticket? How much was the hotel? How much was the care and feeding of his canine, Lola? And the answer from your corrupt hack boss to all three of those questions, it's none of your business. Tweet. Somebody wrote this tweet. As we get ready to watch the Super Bowl, we're grateful to the men and women assigned to keep fans and players safe in Atlanta, including MCSO's own Ryan, Deputy Fisher, and K9 Lola. Deputy Fisher sent this photo from Atlanta. Thank you both for your service. Thank you both for your service. Service. Where's the service? Again, the 1984 of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, because this is not service. What are the physical training standards requirements at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office? Your employees are 10 pounds overweight, 15 pounds overweight, 20 pounds overweight. It's a disgrace. So many things about the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is a disgrace. And this is one of them. You have to be in shape to be with any law enforcement agency, a sheriff's office, a local police department, the FBI. You have to be in shape. And Todd Baxter's employees are not in shape. He has one on his Facebook page that is in the vicinity of 40 pounds overweight. And he was at a ceremony. I'm looking at him in his uniform. And I'm thinking, where does he get his uniform? Does he need a special uniform? How does that work when he has to go get a new uniform? Because he has to provide the size. He's not a 32, 34, 36, 38, 40-inch waist. He's not even in that vicinity of a waist. How does Todd Baxter buy a uniform for this guy? Freedom of Information Law, Dade Monroe County Sheriff hired Monroe County Sheriff employee Michael Rather. How is it that this Michael Rather retired and then he was rehired? What is the process? What is the process? How did that happen? He was retired. He was at home, not on the job. And then suddenly he's back employed at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. What do you do at the office, Michael Rather? When was the last time you made an arrest? A real arrest. When was the last time you investigated a case? When was the last time you did anything that constitutes real police work? You don't do anything like that. You're sitting around as a desk jockey, pathetic bureaucrat. Freedom of Information Law. Names and charges of every inmate at Monroe County Jail from January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018. Who's at your jail, Todd Baxter? Send me a list. Name, charge. It's that simple. And you will refuse. You refuse any accountability. And speaking of accountability, Kyle, documentation, Freedom of Information Law, documentation for the case of Christopher Chajewski with John P. Lomenzo Jr. in Penfield Town Court. What is the name of the female prosecutor, Sandra Doorley? What is the name of the female prosecutor, Kyle Steinbach? Click reply and tell me her name. Where's the United States of America on a map, Kyle Steinbach? Jessica Wagner. Did Jessica Wagner, your colleague, negotiate this sleazy deal for Jermaine Bennett? Because that's what I'm going to use as I move forward. That Jessica Wagner, your colleague, is the one that negotiated this sleazy deal for this violent thug Jermaine Bennett. Jessica Wagner. What does Jessica Wagner pay? You know what your answer, Kyle, is?